Hello, this is an abridged version of the news at this time. I am Ogoch Kuka Ona, and you're welcome. Nigeria and Brazil have formalized a new partnership aimed at strengthening healthcare collaboration with a long-term focus on local manufacturing of pharmaceuticals, vaccines, and other essential medical commodities. The Nigerian Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohammed Ali Pate, and his Brazilian counterpart, Alexandre Padilla, signed a memorandum of understanding on structured mechanism for the partnership on the sidelines of the 2025 BRICS Summit of Heads of State and Government in Rio de Janeiro.
And that MOU commits us to work together along those dimensions, including exploring government-to-government arrangements to secure commodities like vaccines, which Brazil is able to produce and has been producing for decades, that are safe, that are efficacious, that are well regulated, with a view to transferring those technologies over time for the manufacturing to take place in Nigeria. Certain pharmaceuticals for HIV, TB, and other drugs that we use, there is a private company in Brazil that is already in discussions through its partner to establish a manufacturing plant in Nigeria. Now, the relationship between the two governments would enable those trade relations to accelerate.
Professor Ali Pate explained that the partnership, which has been in process between private partners from the two countries for some time, got new momentum, with Brazil now showing more seriousness to Nigeria as a result of the respect President Tinubu's administration has been able to earn from the Brazilian government. All right, let's now go to Lagos. Adiola is there for the next report.
The National Commission for Almajiri in Out-of-School Children's Education has shown undeniable commitments to tackling Nigeria's pressing issue of 20 to 30 million out-of-school children by working with government organizations and relevant stakeholders on decentralized operations, advocacy, and stakeholders' engagement. This is to ensure the success and future of every child nationwide. Adejoke Odeka, who witnessed the flag off, completes the report.
That has to do with
to provide an inclusive multimodal education system for every child in Nigeria, the National Commission for Almajiri and Out-of-School Children Education has flagged off the Lagos State advocacy with the theme Revitalization of the Out-of-School Children's Initiative.
This advocacy exercise is going to be an unprecedented one, where our team will be going from ward to ward, meeting parents, stakeholders, and talking to them of the need to take their children back to school.
Bringing together various stakeholders, organizers and members of this initiative assert their commitment to tackling the critical crisis of out-of-school children in Nigeria.
This initiative is all about us visiting 245 wards in Lagos, across the 3 senatorial districts, and listen to people.
The issue concerning out-of-school children is something we all have to take seriously. It's a country-wide menace that needs to be urgently approached.
The way our president brings this initiative is very, very lovely.
And to show further commitment to the initiative, the leadership of the commission inaugurated a learning center in the riverine community of Makoko, Lagos. Adejoke Odeka, NTA News.
So much from Lagos. Nationwide will continue in our Kaduna Network Center after the break.
Have you heard the news? The federal government of Nigeria, through its direct benefit transfer program, has started the disbursement of 75,000 naira per household in 3 installments of 25,000, 25,000, 25,000 naira. Each recipient must have a validated national identification number, NIN, to receive the payment on behalf of their household members. To benefit, your household must be in the National Social Register of Poor and Vulnerable Households in Nigeria. The federal government's direct benefit transfer program is helping to reduce the effect of suffering while promoting financial and economic inclusion for the poor and vulnerable population in Nigeria.
Afam Bogeneka, Ebim Nagaradimawa village, Abuja, Nazo Afeba. So Esom Nandi register na NSR government register with my NIN. So government we use ATM card. Njiwe wete 25,000 naira 3 times. And ega haya mketa barumuru na dem eji megoro makamihe. Jikweru mehendozo. Thank you.
This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation, Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, in collaboration with the National Social Investment Programs Agency, National Social Safety Net's Coordinating Office, and the National Cash Transfer Office.
Pension scheme in Nigeria. Issues and development in focus on NTA Tuesday Live. Coming up on the 8th July 2025. Part withdrawal before retirement time. Growing your accrual by pension fund administrators. Increase monthly payment to over 223,000 on contributory pension scheme. And expected impact from 785 billion naira bond to cushion retirees and workers. These and more on NTA Tuesday Live. Every Tuesday at 10:30 p.m. Incisive and educative as ever. Join us.
All right, just before we get to Kaduna, let's take more reports from here. The Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMET, has issued a flash flood risk alert across major cities in the country. The agency, in the statement, identified 16 states likely to experience flooding due to the start of the rainy season. These states include Sokoto, Kaduna, Zamfara, Yobe, Bauchi, Bayelsa, Jigawa, Adamawa, Taraba, and Niger. Other states are Nasarawa, Benue, Ogun, Ondo, Lagos, Delta, Edo, Cross River, Rivers, and Akwa Ibom. NIMET urges residents in these areas to take precautions such as relocating if needed, clearing drainage systems, preparing emergency kits, shutting off electricity and gas during floods, and reinforcing measures to prevent mudslides. All right, let's now go to Kaduna. Mohammed Omarajungi is there.
Coming to Kaduna Gochukuka Honor. Stakeholders are advocating for a constructive paradigm shift in public administration and governance to align with the temporary reality and global best practices. The advocacy is part of the deliberation of critical stakeholders at a conference on public administration and governance conducted at Ahmadu Bello University in Zaria. Sagir Muhammad Awal has the details.
It is the assemblage of policymakers, academia, and students of public administration, Ahmadu Bello University. They gathered to brainstorm and share ideas on rethinking public administration and governance for effective service delivery and development. Speakers at the conference noted that the country needs inclusive strategic framework and collaboration that will foster unity and lasting peace across the country.
The primary purpose of government, we say here, is to improve the quality of life of the citizens, to respond to their needs, to their aspirations, and create an environment that everybody will be free to do his or her own business.
The benefits of these discussions go beyond theory. They touch on the everyday experiences of Nigerians who seek access to clean water, quality education, security, justice, and economic opportunity.
Governor Umar Dikko of Katsina State and the representative of Kaduna State Governor underscored the importance of capacity building, noting that as catalyst for revamping of the country's civil service.
They have done a lot of things at the federal level by establishing a Bureau of Public Administration Reform. In the state, we established the Office of the Special Advisor on Public Administration Reform, who is driving the process. So we are just moving forward, and the subnationals are keying in, and inshallah we will succeed in doing that.
It is expected that the stakeholders will bring a workable solution that will surmount the problem associated with public administration and governance for effective service delivery in the country. From Zaria, Sagir Muhammad Awal, NTA News.
And that is our contribution from this end. A brief version of Nationwide continues in our Abuja studio with Ogochukuka. Ogochukuka, can take it off.
Thank you very much, Umara Jingi there. Now, the Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation says the Cameroonian authorities have not released water from the Lagdo Dam, contrary to the rumors circulating in the media. In a statement, the Permanent Secretary, Richard Filangwa, said the Minister, Professor Joseph Hussein, have direct communication with the Lagdo Dam manager, Ahmad Bion, who confirmed that the dam is currently at a low level of 2.06 meters and no water has been released. The ministry is currently maintaining constant communication with Cameroonian authorities and assures the public that any official release of water will be promptly communicated. The minister urges the public to disregard false reports and remain calm while continuing to observe flood safety and preparedness measures earlier issued. Professor Usev also advises communities receiving early warning signals, particularly in Lokoja, Kogi State, Wuroboki in Adamawa State, and Makudi in Benue State, to maintain early warning signals and consult the NISA flood dashboard for reliable, up-to-date information. All right, as we are doing it this evening, let's head to Jos, and Mary is there for us.
Thank you very much, Chukuka, and welcome to Jos Network Center. New executive members have emerged to pilot affairs of the Nigeria Association of Women Journalists, NAWOJ Plateau State Chapter. Bilkisu Nuhu reports that Grace Akwegotip of NTA Network Center Jos is elected as chairperson.
The exercise was presided over by the national executives of NAWOJ. Grace Akwegotip was elected chairperson, Yvonne Ishola vice chairperson, Moese Praise Adam secretary, Esther Oyang assistant secretary, Jambian Zita treasurer, Patience Aliu financial secretary, and Asile Emmanuel auditor. The new chairperson, Grace Akwegotip of NTA Network Center Jos, in her acceptance speech, expressed profound gratitude to God and members for the confidence reposed in her, pledging to bring about transformational leadership that will uplift the status of women journalists in the state.
A vision and a lot of things I want to do for women. I love to see women come together to achieve a lot. So I'm excited because God has given me the opportunity to bring women together to achieve something.
Vice President North Central NAWOJ charged the newly elected leadership to prioritize the collective interests of the union, emphasizing the importance of inclusiveness and transparency.
The election, once our leaders emerge, I'm begging us, we should support them in every way we can.
Deputy Director News, NTA Network Center Jos, Mark Agagu, commended NAWOJ Plateau State for its understanding, urging members to remain alive to their responsibilities. In Jos, Bilkis.
And that's it from Jos. We'll still head back to Abuja, where Ogochukuka is still standing by. Good evening.
Thank you, Mary. Now, spices of heads of state and governments from across the world under the auspices of Global First Ladies Alliance are again converging on New York for the 2025 Global First Partners Academy. Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, joins her counterparts at the Academy and executive leadership program designed for first ladies, first gentlemen, and first partners. Launched in 2023 by the Global First Ladies Alliance and Columbia University Mailman School of Public Health, Mailman, the third annual academy will offer tailored programming that will equip participants with knowledge and strategies to drive transformative change nationally and globally. Apart from joining other participants to discuss their top priorities and opportunities for collective action around key issues, including mental health and gender-based violence, the Nigeria's First Lady will also address the Academy with her presentation expected to highlight her complementary role in charting a path for the future of women and youths in Nigeria. The Global First Partners Academy builds on GFLA's 16 years of experience supporting over 80 first partners across Africa, Europe, the Caribbean, South America, and North America. All right, Anguli is in Benin. Let's just have a report from there too.
Well, good evening and welcome to Benin. 50 young ladies have completed a one-week-long specialized training on CNG conversion in Benin City, Edo State. This training is aimed at empowering women in the automotive sector. Joy Ebo reports that the participants were equipped with starter kits to kickstart their journey into the industry.
The training was organized by the National Automotive Design and Development Council in collaboration with the Edo State government and the Lady Mechanic Initiative. This initiative, which promotes gender equality, skill development, and youth empowerment, focused on training participants in converting vehicle engines to run on compressed natural gas, CNG. The Minister of Women Affairs, Imam Suleiman Ibrahim, charged the young ladies to apply their newly acquired skills responsibly and be agents of change in their communities and contribute to a cleaner and more sustainable environment.
This moment marks more than a graduation. It's a declaration of what is possible when bold policies meet courageous women. It is a living example of the renewed hope agenda in action.
This initiative marks a significant milestone in our quest for economic empowerment and sustainable development.
We believe that empowering women is not just an issue of social justice or equality, but is something that makes smart economics.
To the Lady Mechanic and the beneficiaries, Edo State is empowering the girl child through strategic partnership and impactful training initiative.
The Honorable Minister for Women's Affairs has said we are taking it all over the nation for women to copy, and we train them to do this.
I'll be able to convert petrol to gas, because that was what we were specific on. That was what they taught us.
The major thing is the empowerment that we are giving to them. When you train someone, you need to empower him to be able to do the job you are throwing him for.
Certificate startup kits were presented to the 50 beneficiaries who are now set to chart a new course in the Nigerian automotive space. In Benin, Joy Egbu, NTA News.
And that's it from Benin. Ogo is back to you in Abuja.
And that's Nationwide today, an abridged version. Many thanks for finding the time to join us.